Next, we go to the Philippines and we're gonna check out the Philippine family life in 1956 by Michael Roge.
Near Asia, in the warm waters of the Pacific Ocean, is a group of islands called the Philippine Islands. If you wanted to visit someone living in the Philippine Islands, you would probably go first to Manila, the biggest city in the Philippines.
I would go.
From Manila's harbor, you might walk along the busy streets into one of the city's modern shopping districts. Here are city people you might like to visit. Or perhaps you'd like to go outside the city of Manila, away from its big buildings and harbor, and out to the peaceful farm countryside of the Philippines.
I like the countryside.
Here one morning you might find farm people you'd like to visit. People like this man on the water buffalo. If we could spend a day with him, what do you suppose he'd tell us about the Philippines? Let's listen to him.
You know, I just realized that I've never seen someone ride a bull like that. That's kind of hardcore. I've never seen someone ride a bull. Okay.
We always get ready for work early, while the day is cool in my village. My barrio, as we call it.
Barrio.
I see my neighbor Pablo is getting ready to go to his rice fields. He too has a water buffalo, what we call a carabao. Carabaos are used for doing heavy work, hauling loads, plowing fields and such. Although another of my neighbors, Cesar, has a modern tractor he uses in his large rice fields.
He's rich.
Other neighbors of mine take the village bus to go shopping in the next barrio or to plantations where they work. Before I, too, go to work,
just parking your bull.
I have breakfast.
It's kind of funny because, like, I understand tying your dog, but tying your buffalo, I mean, if it wants to live, it's literally just going to, like, take the building with him.
At my house. I built it high above the damp ground of strong bamboo and nipa leaves which grow nearby. In our open kitchen, I see which grow.
I wonder how long that lasts a bamboo and leaf house. Like, how long until it's like, you really have to repair it or rebuild it. Bamboo is probably fine, but with leaves, I feel like, you know, in a couple of years it will be kind of like decomposing.
Nearby. In our open kitchen, I see my wife Dolores is making breakfast. There is plenty of fresh fruit, papayas and mangoes from the trees around us. And we have steaming hot rice from my rice fields, of course. My son Ramon is still asleep inside the house, but not for long. I can hear my daughter Juanita telling Ramon to wake up. Wake up, Ramon, she says. We're having a special treat for breakfast in honor of your birthday. Birthday?
Happy birthday to you.
Ramon remembers. Today he is 9 years old. There is to be a party for him this afternoon and many presents. He had better not sleep late today. So Ramon quickly rolls up his straw bed, his petate, it's called,
Petate.
and puts it away in the corner. Ramon goes to wash, while my daughter finishes setting the table. Though Juanita is only 12 years old, she is already a big help to her mother. I see she has set the table well. Soon Ramon comes back nice and clean.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday,
to
I tell
you.
him as we begin eating. In honor of Ramon's birthday, today with our rice we are eating to you, a kind of dried fish. Ramon likes it very much. But I think his mind is also on the presents he hopes to get later at his party. After breakfast, it is time for me to go to work in my rice fields.
I kind of want to pet
Soon the
buffalo.
planting season starts, and I have much plowing to do. In a little while, my children leave too. Ramon and Juanita must also start out early from our house, for the public schools they attend are a long way from home. On their way, they pass our village stores, tiendas we call them, a name handed down from the Spanish, just as Ramon and Juanita's names are also Spanish.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if, like, you know, at this time it makes sense, but I wonder if today people still continue to, like if you're a parent today in, like, Indonesia or, like, in the Philippines, do you try to give your kids a name that's, like, more Filipino or Indonesian sounding? Or is it, like, you know, it's fine to give a Spanish sounding name? Like, you don't really feel like it's, like a remain of colonial time or something? I don't know. Like, at this time, I assume, like, it's still, like, so close, but I wonder by now, you know, like, 70 years later, you know, if people try to have, like, a more ethnic name, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not.
And they pass our village church. It is old, for it was built by the Spanish missionaries many years ago. At last they come to Juanita's school, the public high school she attends with her girlfriends. Before their classes begin, they like nothing better than a game of luksong lubid, what you might call jump rope. Before his classes start, Ramon likes to play too. At his elementary school, tug of war is a favorite game. Today, Ramon is the leader of his team.
That's cool. I've never played that.
Later in class, Ramon is taught many subjects. One of his favorites is geography. In the classroom, English is spoken, and it is one of the main languages we use. Today, Ramon has a question about the United States. His teacher shows him the United States on the map of North America. In the meantime, in her high school, Juanita studies many subjects too. In home economics, she learns to sew fine patterns and do fancy stitching. Embroidery like this was first taught us by the Spaniards, and today it is an art many of our Philippine women are proud of. Meanwhile, my wife...
I guess that part there probably answer my question a little bit. I mean, what it is, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's remains of, like, the colonial overlords. You know, they've still been assimilated into the culture enough that they are seen as part of the culture anyway. Like, they've made it their own, if that makes sense.
Is finishing her shopping in our barrio. At the village stores, the tiendas, she can buy many of the things we do not make at home. Today she needs some seasoning to cook the food for Ramon's party. Then, her shopping done, my wife comes back home to start the cooking. At 12 o'clock, my children are out of school for the day. Other children will attend
How
in
to
the
cook and
afternoon.
create rugs.
But Ramon and Juanita now have work to do. Ramon will help.
Man, it's one of those things where, like, I respect any country where, like, in the school system there's stuff like that. I mean, maybe making a rug, I don't know, but learning how to cook, I mean, it's such a kind of, like, important thing in life, you know? And you could say that, like, it's the parents' responsibility to teach or something, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it's kind of important, right? Like, there's so many, like, actually important things that school doesn't teach you in some country, right? Like cooking, how to manage your money, how to fill out government paper like tax and stuff like that, which, you know, again, maybe the assumption is that the parents will do, but I think we know that, like, 90% of the time the parents won't. So I don't know. I feel like this kind of thing should be in a lot more in schools, you know, in public school, rather than, like, some of the other subjects that they have, which are, you know, not always, like, something that people actually care, you know. Like, maybe I sound stupid saying that, but subject like, you know, physics and, you know, history, as much as I hate to say it, a lot of kids won't care about, right? They will do the class because you have to, but they won't care about, right? And they will never care about in their adult life either, right? But knowing how to cook or, like, fill out tax will be actually useful, you know. It actually sounds disgusting saying it, like, you know, learning that kind of stuff over history, but genuinely, when you think about it, most kids don't care about it, and then they don't care about it as an adult, while knowing how to cook would literally help everybody. I don't know. I'm just saying that as someone who can't cook. Yeah.
Me with the plowing, while Juanita comes home to help her mother. There is much to do to get ready for a party. First, Juanita sets the table. Later, she may take a turn at barbecuing the pig her mother has prepared. We call roast pig lechon.
Lechon.
It is a treat we can afford only on special occasions. By late afternoon, Ramon and I have finished our plowing in my rice field. It must be ready for planting when our rainy season begins. The work has been hard for both of us and for my carabao. Now it is time to go home.
Yeah,
So Ramon and I unhitch the carabao. Then we take him back to his place near the river. This is where he stays until I need him the next morning, deep in the cool, muddy water carabaos love so much.
Oh, so he's free to go where he wants.
Then back we go, along the road to our village, to our house. There, look, Ramon, what a sight. Everyone is gathered for the party. Happy birthday, they all call. His aunts and uncles and cousins, and his school friends. Happy birthday, Ramon, they say. My Ramon is very pleased. What an honor to have so many people celebrate his birthday.
Like, give me all the gifts.
Very politely, he kisses his grandmother's hand. She has a present for him, a pair of long pants, she says. Ramon thanks her and greets his grandfather, too. Grandfather also has a present for him. You see?
What is it?
A nice new shirt he brought all the way from Manila. Thank you, says Ramon. After he has cleaned up, Ramon thanks me and his mother too for the many presents and the food being served at his party. Everyone enjoys eating some rice with the many delicious fruits and vegetables from our garden. And of course, Ramon's favorite, lechon, the roasted pork.
Lechon sounds pretty good.
Soon it is time for
I want
dancing.
some.
I watch with my family as my friends and neighbors enjoy themselves. We Filipinos like having a good time once in a while, for our way of life is usually pretty hard and simple. Of course, with a family like mine, it is a contented life too. For our children are our real riches. I work that tomorrow may be better for them. For my son Ramon and my daughter Juanita.
That's a good
So
way
that
to
they in
think of
turn
it.
will make a better life for themselves and for other families of the Philippines.
Okay. Well, seems like a nice guy. I wonder what happened to Ramon and his sister, right? Like, with stuff like this, it's always cool to see like an update a decade later, yeah? I hope they had a good life, you know? Very cool. I don't know if you guys have more video like this for like different countries, but it's kind of cool to see like the life in a country, 70 years ago, right? I mean, very different time, very different people, very different culture. So it's kind of fun to see this kind of little documentary of a different time, yeah. So yeah, a simple farmer life basically, very straightforward and content, as he said. Good for him. That was nice to watch. I enjoyed it. Very interesting to watch. Like a couple years ago, YouTube made me fall into a rabbit hole like that of this kind of old documentaries about, people living in their time, I guess, the 40s, 50s, 60s, right? And I'd watched a lot of videos like this, basically. So it's a genre that I kind of like, yeah. I think it's kind of fun to just see a different time, yeah. I mean, you can see it in movies and stuff like that, but I think documentary is even better, yeah. I feel like I haven't watched enough documentaries. Like it's a genre of media that I need to watch more, you know? A lot more documentaries. Okay.